There are two new gorgeous snares in the Yamaha Recording Custom family, and I'm about to let you hear both of them. So go ahead, grab your headphones, and come on back to the listening party. So if you're a fan of the Recording Custom lineup, as you should be, you're probably going to be happy to know that there are now two birch snares added to the family. So there's this 14 by 5.5 you see here in walnut, and then there's also a 14 by 8. They both have the recognizable high tension lugs. Both of these snares are a 10 lug, of course. There's the Q strainer on here. This Q strainer is actually really nice, solid, smooth, very cool, kind of like me. So these snares come in all of the same colors that the drums come in. So there's black, there's a walnut, there's I think what's called real wood, which is kind of just like a lacquered birch, which kind of almost makes it look a little amberish, which is kind of cool. And then there's this surf green. I spent a decent amount of time with these two snares. I've played them up and down, and what can I tell you? I mean, these things sound fantastic. If you saw the last video that I posted of the live clip, I'm kind of working off the GoPro camera, so you can't really tell, but you did get an idea of how great this thing sounds in sort of the low mid-range. But for now, we're gonna do this little taste test, little listening party kind of thing. I'm gonna let you hear both of these snares in all three areas of the tuning range, so lower, mid, and high. And you know, instead of just doing the plain, boring, let me play on this thing for a couple of seconds, I actually decided to let you hear these in sort of a musical context. So I threw some tracks under these, just threw together some tracks in Logic, just so you can hear these kind of things in sort of a groove setting. There's a lot of different ways that I could have demoed this thing, but this video would have been an hour long. So I decided to just let you hear these in a groove context, because most of us, that's how we're going to be using them. So throw on some good headphones, enjoy these little demos here. They're brief, but they're enough to let you hear what these things can do. So there you go, man. There's a brief listen to these two snares in a musical context, just to give you an idea of what these things sound like in a bit of an ensemble. These things both sound fantastic, man. As far as which one I recommend to you, that's completely up to you. If you got a bunch of different snares in your arsenal, then, take your pick. But I do recommend, if you don't have an 8-inch deep snare, you got to try one of these out. A lot of drummers sort of underestimate the tuning range of an 8-inch snare. They figured because it's that deep, it only handles fat ranges. Not so, man. I mean, you can tune this thing down to a 6-inch if you wanted to. Like, the range is nice and wide on these things, which is why I really like deep snares. Because the thing is, if you want to crank this thing up to get a nice tight crack, because of the depth, you get a whole bunch of body behind it. So don't think that you have to get a thinner shell to get that nice crack. You can get tons out of these larger snares. They sound great under the mics. You get a ton of projection. So yeah, I fell in love with this thing as soon as I saw it, and especially after I played it for a little bit. And you guys are aware of I sort of have a matching 14 by 6.5. It's not exact match, but it's close enough. But it's a sensitive series, 14 by 6.5 maple. I'm thinking of selling it and getting the real wood color of this 14 by 8. I first really wanted the surf green, but as you can tell, like it's not really a decent match for my Phoenix kit here. The other one, because it's a lot closer to an amber, probably this sort of middle shade, it would look a lot better sitting behind this kit. And a 14 by 8 snare behind this Phoenix would be a monster to end all monsters. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't made the decision yet. Sometimes it's hard for me to part with snares because I love them so much. But anyways, that's the deal with these, man. These two new snares in the Yamaha Recording Custom lineup sound really, really great, and I highly suggest you try them out. Feel free to go back through the video. I time-stamped all of the different segments, so if you want to just throw one on repeat, if you want to hear it over and over again, go ahead and do that. Maybe one of those samples will sell you on one of these. But yeah, that's about it, man. I got a little bit more time with these, probably another week or so. So I'm just going to continue to have some fun with them. Thanks for watching this video. Leave a comment in the comment section there. Let us know which one of these two snares you like the best. Go ahead and share this video if you dig it. Like, subscribe. See you in the next one.